Hello and welcome back to Good Bad or Bad Bad, the show where we watch terrible movies and do terrible accents. Any of you should too. I am your host. I should have come up with a vampire name for myself. Fuck. Bartholomew Shilandro the Great.
And I am the 16th president. And my side job of killing vampires.
We came up with this like 10 minutes before the episode.
He put more thought into his than I did mine. I got a top hat and my beer was already really shitty.
Well, I kind of blindsided you and was like, so I'm doing a vampire because I already have the stuff. And then I was like, you could do a vampire hunter, and then you nailed it. I think you crushed it. You got an axe. You got the top hat. That's a really dope top hat.
It is nice.
Where'd you get that? A little shout out, little plug, and we get some sponsorship.
Party City.
Party City. If you want to sponsor Good Bad or Bad Bad.
A party like costume and stuff outlet.
I think that's pretty universal. I think that's pretty national.
It is. Okay.
I think. I don't know. Maybe we're the only ones with Party City, but I don't think so.
All I know is they had what I needed, and it looked pretty good.
You look great. I think you look fantastic. And I'm a vampire. And I have my goblet of human blood.
Look, hunting vampires is a very expensive business, which is why I'm sponsored by Good Bad or Bad Bad.
You can go to patreon.com, tpublic.com, and
you can get your own vampire hunting attire.
I'm going to see how long these teeth last, Kyle. I don't know how long it's going to be.
But we're going to top hat can last. It's already crushing my head.
So this comes out on. Oh boy.
Did you swallow one?
No, I'm going to. No. This comes out on October 25th, which is like 6 days before Halloween. I kind of hate these. I like them. They look cool, but I hate them because I can't talk. And I feel like I have food in my mouth or something. Nice. So we wanted to do a little Halloween special, so we came up. I found this was a recommendation from a fan. I believe on Facebook sent me a message and said, "Did you know that one Mark McNabb?"
You mean Mark McNabb, Good Bad or Bad Bad alum?
Me? I don't even have a clue what's going on.
The visionary mind behind
Billy Owens.
You want? You can sing with us.
Hey, don't move. The sensors down below say there's a bolt loose.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
All right.
He made several other movies, Kyle.
Yes.
Including this motherfucking movie.
This one is called Ghost Trap or Little Ghost Grabbers?
Little Ghost Grabbers, which I hate that name. Ghost Trap, I prefer, for sure. Katie texted me. I'm going to see. Oh, I didn't remember to change the Halloween countdown. Good call. Real quick. This is you guys are seeing how the sausage is made here. Wait, it's six days? Where's the
25th?
Yeah, that's 6 days. It's the 31st.
Okay,
Boom.
there we go.
6 days.
Boom!
It might not even be in the shot. Mark McNabb made Ghost Trap, and I ordered it on eBay. I ordered a DVD copy on eBay.
Jeez.
I have it right here. Ghost Trap. And this movie stars almost everybody.
The picture on the front does not look
not
like
the
them at
kids.
all.
That's not, so that kid right there.
Yeah.
That's the Ron character, but that's not him on the cover.
Yeah.
In the movie, that's played by the same kid who plays like the Ron kid in the Billy Owens movies, and that sure shit ain't him.
Nope.
But anyways, it's a 2012 film, but I think this was filmed much earlier than that. Because it looks terrible.
I think he filmed all these together and just slowly released them.
Although I will say, so the main character is the Hermione character from the Billy Owens movies, and I will say that she looks older, and she's dyed her hair blonde.
And she's also significantly taller than everybody else.
Yeah, she's much older, or like several years older than in the Billy Owens movies. So what this is basically... it's not a Ghostbusters rip.
No.
Not even at all. Like a kid Ghostbusters rip.
Yeah.
Katie pointed out that the cover looks like the Monster House movie.
It does.
And I don't know anything about that movie other than that
That
Dan
house
Harmon
looks
wrote
nothing like the house that they're...
No, this is all a lie.
Yeah.
Much like Billy Owens, this is all a lie. This movie has a 3.6 out of 10 on IMDb with 23 reviews. which is way too high.
What?
Way too high. I was really hoping going in that we were going to get some Billy Owens locations, and we do not. At least not that I noticed. I guess the school could be because it's like a high school.
There was a helicopter shot of the lake,
and that's definitely the lake that Thurgood dies next to.
Yeah, we get no Roddy Piper in this movie.
Oh, there's nobody cool in this movie. That's okay. Hold on. I can't. I might put them back in.
Hold out.
They're driving me fucking insane.
Brian, if I could wear that shitty wig that one Halloween for the whole episode.
All right, I'm doing it, and I'm gonna hate the whole time. Let's go. I'm just gonna talk like an idiot, so get used to it. I gotta figure out, like, sometimes I can sound okay. If I do an accent, I'm not doing an accent. That would be even worse. Anyways, really great opening credits made with the same app iMovie movie maker that the Billy Owens credits were made with, and I love the last one, the Ghost Trap, title card comes out of like a clip art.
That thing, whatever it is that they're using, is clearly a rip-off Pokeball.
Yeah. Yes. It's supposed to be their Ghost Trap.
Yeah.
But it's a rip-off Pokeball or a thermal detonator, because it kind of looks like a thermal detonator. So Hermione shows up. She has blonde hair now. And they're like building a rocket as the movie opens. And then we're cutting between that and her in chemistry class.
Yes.
In middle school, high school. I don't know how old they are. It doesn't matter. Who cares? And immediately, all three of the main characters are people from Billy Owens too.
Yes.
It is Hermione, it is Ron, and it is the girl that got added in the second one.
Yeah, where they were like,
we had the pet ferret or whatever.
Yeah.
How do I remember anything about that fucking movie? I do not know. But I was like, ooh, no Billy Owens. He must have paid his dues on this one. He aged out.
I think his parents learned and were like, all right, I think you're done.
Or did he?
Dun, dun, dun. By the way, I say this kind of facetiously. These films could be classified as a case for child abuse against Mark McNabb.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. These are horrifying. This one, I will say this, going in, this one is the best of any of the ones we've done.
Also, unlike the second Billy Owens film, he's not forcing these kids to be in like waist deep water.
Yeah, freezing their balls off. Yeah, for sure.
Shouldn't you do it backwards? We have the inverted amulet. She's right. All right.
But I will say this one makes sense. I get it. Like it's not. It doesn't. I didn't lose my mind watching this like I do with Billy Owens, because it's like this should be easy and you're fucking it up. This one, it should be easy. And they kind of just do the easy thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, ghosts, fun gadgets, the end. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of makes sense. It kind of tracks. But, so we open in the science class, and we're introduced to the science teacher character who...
And now to this clear solution, we will add a small oblate spheroid. Please note that the surface of the spheroid, although appearing smooth, is in actuality covered with tiny pits and holes.
He's also from Billy Owens. Do you know what he played in Billy Owens? He was the library security guard in that, who's like this weirdo security guard. Anyways, he's a science teacher now.
Who always wears a lab coat and shorts.
I'm looking forward to your project. Have you decided on your subject matter?
I'm doing mine on chain reactions.
Interesting.
Of course, Kyle. That's what I wear every day normally when I'm not on this podcast or whatever. Yeah, he wears a lab coat and shorts and is sweaty all the time.
And a fanny pack. He also has a fanny pack.
And a fanny pack. And he sweats as much as I do. So in this opening scene, I was like, is he supposed to be sweaty? Or is that just like because this man is sweaty all the time?
Speaking of which, your vampire skin's starting to
we were talking about this before when Katie was putting this makeup on me. I was like, I'm going to look like the Crowe by the end of this. It's just going to be running off my face. But we'll see how long it lasts. I have like 8 layers on, which doesn't help because, vampires wear layers, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you don't wear a cape, you'll look like a fucking knee trembler.
They have no blood, so they got to keep warm or something.
You got to keep warm somehow. Oh, okay. So he's doing a science experiment.
Yes.
And he's doing the Mentos and Coke experiment because this is 2012.
So he's like putting stuff into this beaker, and then he puts the Mentos in, and then nothing happens, and then they cut, and he's hosing down the kids
with the Coke.
And that is why a Diet Cola turns into a geyser when you drop a mint into it.
It's brown now.
Yeah.
Because when they do the experiment, it's clear. He's using like not actual Coke. He's like making his own like clear Coke. But then when he hoses down the kids, and this is, I was like, ooh, I'm very upset about this. I don't like this at all. This, he's like, haha, look out! Spraying kids in the face with foamy stuff in a classroom is, again, the child abuse runs deep in this movie. It's not. It made me very uncomfortable. I'll just say that. But it doesn't make any sense because he goes, after this all happens, he does this stupid thing. He goes over to Cynthia, who is the Hermione, he goes over to her and he goes, what gave it away? And I'm like, gave what away?
So, Cynthia, what gave it away?
Aspartic acid. Too close to aspartame.
And she goes, oh, it was the asparic acid. It's too close to aspartame. So she knew what he was going to do. But if you go back, she doesn't react in any way.
No.
He just sprays the whole... Like, what would have made sense, and what I thought what they should have done, is if he goes, he's, like, doing it all, and then while he's doing it, she, like, pulls out an umbrella and opens it. Like, that's because she understands what he's about to do. His fucking teeth. She understands. It's getting worse, Kyle. This whole episode is just going to be, like... I'm getting worse at talking with him rather than better, which doesn't make any sense.
And I cannot tell a lie. You sound like shit.
I'm aware. Kudos. Good one. Good one. I forgot who you were. Yeah, you're right. Bad one. Terrible joke. Doesn't add up.
Well, like, what am I going to do as Abraham Lincoln? Four score? What am I going to get shot? Like, my options are limited for this guy. I already got the fucking hat.
You got the hat. Oh man, we should recreate the beginning of the was it 365 or the Deadly Attraction episode where I shot you in the back.
Until next time, keep watching movies.
Just not 365 days. Damn.
What?
Nothing personnel, kid.
Well,
Okay. That'd be great if they wouldn't come out. They were just talking.
I am a vampire, actually. Oh my god, I can talk again. This is fantastic. This episode was going to take an hour and a half if I kept these in, so let's just move along here.
All right.
I'll put them back in for the end or something. All right.
I actually have to keep this hat on because otherwise, look at that headroom. Look at that headroom.
I framed for the hat, Kyle. I framed for that majestic hat. God, our set looks so good. We should just keep it like this all the time. Anyways.
I like science. It's how things work. And it's consistent. You can count on it.
That's true. However, there is a caveat to that.
So what are you saying? That science isn't fact?
They have the worst conversation about science in any movie since The Happening.
Man, science will come up with some reason to put in the books. But in the end, it'll be just a theory. I mean, we will fail to acknowledge that there are forces at work beyond our understanding.
I wanted to fight this movie from moment one.
Look, I don't know if you guys have heard about this article in the New York Times about honeybees vanishing.
So then they're doing the rocket. I don't know why they're cutting this juxtaposition with the rocket and the science class. I guess because that's her science experiment that she does. They have to do a project, right, Kyle? Like, yes. And he's like, do a project, but no rockets or explosives.
And then she makes a rocket.
And then she makes a rocket, and he's proud of her anyways. Doesn't matter. But she shoots his rocket off, and we cut to like a little girl riding a tricycle.
This causes a Rube Goldberg equivalent chain reaction.
It's amazing. A chain reaction of like a girl swerves into the street, and then I think Kurt Nemesis dives and saves her. I'm pretty sure the kid who dives off and saves her from getting hit by a car is Kurt Nemesis. I'll put a clip in. You can judge for yourself.
Pizza delivery guy
throws a pizza in the air and it lands on the ground, and then a little old lady gets her ankle hurt.
Yeah, because the Kurt Nemesis kid like kicks a skateboard out of the way.
Yeah,
and she falls on the skateboard.
Yeah, and now she's very injured, and this is the setup for the whole story. Yep. So she sues Cynthia, right? or something
like that.
They press charges for reckless endangerment,
some sort of criminal misdemeanor.
and so the principal from Billy Owens, is the lawyer arguing against Cynthia, and basically she gets subjected to.
And if you guys didn't know that this was a Canadian film, I hope you're ready for all the stories.
My God, Kyle, people have told us. I hear people say that Canadians don't actually say "I'm sorry" like that. This movie would beg to fucking differ. This movie, I present evidence.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
To be fair, the Hermione character sounds a little bit more American sounding than say the lawyer, who is very sorry.
I'm sorry.
And again, I've heard people say, "No, Canadians don't actually talk like that." I don't know, man. These Canadians do.
There was one thing I was kind of disappointed in that we didn't get in this film because it's Canada. Bagged milk. Canada, what's up with that, by the way?
I could get down on bagged milk. I mean, I'll drink milk in any form, Kyle.
Yeah, but it's in a bag.
What's the problem with it?
Fucking weird.
You're on notice, bagged milk. Kyle's coming after you.
And then it's ready to be poured into your coffee or into your cereal or however you like. It's a little harder when I'm holding the camera, but that's it. That's how bagged milk works here in Ontario, Canada.
I love too during the judgment. So she gets sentenced to like helping this old lady through her recovery process, basically. And I love during the sentencing, the judge. I don't know if you noticed this. You can see his script sitting on his desk, and he just looks down at it and then looks up and says the next line.
Although I cannot dismiss the severity of the consequences of this case, I must, however, take into consideration what will best serve our community. So
then she's talking to her friends about how she has to do community service with this old lady, and they're like, "Oh, that's old Lady Gotham's house. It's haunted."
I can't believe you're taking this so well. Everyone knows the house is haunted. Everybody knows what?
Dun, dun, dun.
And I love they're walking down the sidewalk. Did you notice this like super obvious, terrible jump cut in the middle of this? They're like walking, and she's like, "Yeah, it's haunted." And they're like, "Oh, but you wouldn't know that. You just moved here." Cut. And then it just keeps going. It's...
What? Oh my God, you don't know. That's right. You just moved here. Well, you know.
This movie is only this much more competent than the rest of the Billy Owens movies, but it's like night and day. The lighting in this movie, the movie looks like shit, but the lighting, it's not bad. They do some interesting stuff with lighting. There's like cool like shots with like it's a dark room and there's like light coming through windows and they got flashlights and like it's lit. I think somebody on the set knew how to light stuff.
Yeah, but nothing else.
But nothing else. Like literally nothing else. And they were shooting it with like a terrible consumer level camera that didn't...
They had to have been, because every shot is unbelievably flat.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's lit in a way that if you had a good camera, it would look cool, but they don't, so it just looks bad. Yeah,
it's clearly like a ×10 zoom lens.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then also whoever's operating the camera doesn't know how to focus. It's on autofocus, and it focuses on the wall 90% of the fucking time. Okay, so she goes to the house basically to start her community service with this old lady, and she walks in and. As she's walking in, the science teacher, now playing a different character, comes out of the house, and I don't know what he's doing or what role he's playing. He's
plumber?
I think plumber.
Run, kids. Mrs. Gotham ain't in no mood to buy no cookies.
You're right, he is a plumber, because we find out later that he was fixing the toilet and did a terrible job.
The plumber assured me he fixed everything properly, but as you know, I'm unable to check the quality of his work for myself. And to say I have doubts about his character would be a gross understatement.
Which she also has a fucking bidet.
Is she ever gonna be mad?
That old lady likes to get her booty hole clean.
Because it's Canada.
Good for that lady. That old lady, she's living the high life, let me tell you. But as she gets there, we cut upstairs and Mrs. Gotham is like reading an evil Bible or something.
Yeah, that's constantly glowing.
It's glowing. And again, so what ultimately we find out is that she's like summoning spirits.
Yes.
because her dead husband, who has the creepiest painting I've ever seen in my life, holy shit, the reveal of that is terrifying. But she's summoning dead spirits.
I don't know why, because she can't contact her husband in the spirit world.
No, for some reason.
But I thought it was going to be because he was alive, actually.
Ooh, that would have been a fun twist.
Yeah.
That would, and he like bailed on her. He just like, he ghosted her and he's like, no, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, no, he's actually dead. But she's trying to contact the spirits so that she can get evidence that her husband wasn't embezzling money or something, basically clear his name. Yeah. And so she's been summoning these ghosts, and that's why the house has ghosts. And that's where we first meet Wilhelm. Oh no, we meet him first in the school classroom in a minute after this. But
I think we meet the dog first, or
that's later. We get to all of that. But she does some spirit summoning and that sort of thing, and you can tell they use the exact same spell effects from like Billy Owens, like the sparkly, little loopy sparkling things.
Deceit and trickery is their way. Deep and dearly will they pay.
Also, this old lady playing Miss Gotham, I try not to talk too much shit on the kids acting because they're little kids in these movies, but this lady has zero screen presence.
No.
She is the most boring.
She is incredibly flat.
Ah, the little hooligan. Well, don't just stand there, child. Fetch me my dinner. The idiot from the service delivered it over 2 hours ago. Now, don't forget to heat it up.
She's nothing. Oh my god, it's so boring. She's so boring, and it's so easy to play a maniacal. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to play like a maniacal, like evil lady.
And not to continue blasting with the Canadian accent, but holy shit, her accent is heavy.
What is it, child?
I just wanted to say that I'm very sorry. I never thought any harm could come of my rocket.
Well, maybe that's the problem right there. You children just don't think of the possible ramifications of your actions.
She has a moment later in the movie where she tells Hermione to enunciate, and I was like, that's fucking real fucking
rich.
Yeah, rich coming from you, lady. I can't understand a fucking word you say.
What is it, child? Stop mumbling. How do you expect anyone to understand you if you don't enunciate?
But...
From now on, when you're speaking to me, you'll put the correct emphasis on the proper syllable.
Just telling you need to enunciate more, okay?
Yeah. And she has Hermione prepare her dinner, which has been delivered, and we just watch Hermione, I'm going to call her Hermione because that's who she is, Cynthia or whatever, prepare dinner in Tupperware for like 5 minutes for no reason. I was wondering if it was an ad for a local delivery service because it says like meals to go and it's like in the shop the whole time. But then she hears a dog. Woof woof. And sees a dog bowl. Oh. And then she fills the dog bowl with the bottled water for the lady and is like, oh, there isn't enough. And then she pours the old lady's water into the bowl.
Does she not have running water?
Literally on the wall behind her is a pot filler over the sink that none of it makes any sense, Kyle. Again, it's the same. It's Mark McNabb. Okay. Mark motherfucking McNabb. But then she goes up to tell the lady, hey, do you have any dog food? Couldn't find any dog food. And she's like,
I don't have a dog.
I don't have a dog.
Dog food? What are you talking about, child? I don't have a dog.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ghost dog. Ghost dog, Kyle. Fucking ghost dog.
That sounds like a movie. We should make that movie.
I feel like there's got to be a version of the dog saves something that is Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog.
The Ghost Dog saves Halloween.
Zeus, the ghost of Zeus.
Yes. Okay. We need to get in contact with whoever owns the rights to the Dog Saves series.
It might just be Gary Valentine at this point.
You're right. It's probably Gary Valentine. That's his big money maker.
or Dean Cain.
Gary Valentine, I feel like, would own the rights to the Dog Save series, and he'd probably sell it to us for like a hoagie or something. Like he'd probably give us the rights to the series for a hoagie and like for us to stop calling him Kevin James' brother.
If it was a couple of years ago, we could get it from Coco Diaz for a little bit of a, but apparently he's
Did he die?
No, he's still alive.
How?
I think he's gone clean. I don't know.
How is that man alive?
I don't know.
How is his heart operating still? Doesn't make any sense. Anyways, we go to the class the next day. She leaves. She leaves. Blah, blah, blah. We see the creepy old painting. Blah blah. She goes to school the next day, and they're doing like something with magnets and like they're making like electromagnets in class.
Yeah.
And he walks over to Hermione and he's like, he says to her, levitation wasn't on the curriculum.
Using magnetic fields for levitation isn't supposed to be in the curriculum.
We see her thing though. It looks like shit.
She's not levitating anything.
Yes.
It's like a bolt with a wire wrapped around it.
It's not even that. Hers has green insulation around it. It wouldn't even fucking work to begin with.
Dude, it's so dumb. And she's not doing anything. And yeah, again, he's like, levitation wasn't on the fucking curriculum. I'm like, well, good thing because she's not doing that. She just wrapped some wire around a. Okay.
Oh, this is how the Japanese bullet trains work.
And then. Sound the alarm. He says to her, if I show you something, will you promise not to get me into any more trouble with the school board?
If I show you something, do you promise not to get me in any more trouble with the school board?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Woof! Run away, lady! Run away! Run from him. That's if a teacher. Just pro-life tips from GBorBB. If you're a young student and an older teacher ever says those words to you, get out.
Yep.
Scram. Not gonna end well.
Don't
go to his office.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. So he goes into his office, and she's like, "Wow, this is so cool!" And it's clearly just like a science teacher's office with like boring shit on the walls. Okay, great.
Wow. What's all this stuff for anyway?
My research.
By the way, they're walking through, and it has like pictures of him, like
as
the
a
stuff
kid?
he's done, and then it goes to photos of like a fire and some like destruction thing. When I was going through, I was like, did he fucking cause this?
I thought he was going to end up being evil. I really thought he was going to be like responsible for the ghosts or something. So I don't even know. But yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought they were setting him up to be the villain, and no, he's just the boring science teacher.
Allow me to introduce myself. Dr. Samuel Crowe, at your service.
Doctor? Well then what on earth are you doing here?
We got him.
He shows him that he made this
goggles
that allow you to see electromagnetic energy fields.
You wanted to see what an electromagnetic field looks like, didn't you?
Are you kidding me?
These glasses will do just that.
She puts the goggles on, and what they are, 100%. I recognize these because I remember going into Sharper Image stores as a kid and playing with everything. 100%, the goggles she puts on are Sharper Image, a neck massager with like plastic, like safety goggles, literally taped to it, and she sticks it on her head. And I was like, that is a Sharper Image neck massager. That is what that is. Great, fantastic.
Brian went to Sharper Image.
Dude, I used to love. You didn't go when you were a kid. You didn't go to the mall and walk around in Sharper Image and just like look at the shit. Well,
considering there wasn't a Sharper Image at my mall, no.
Oh, yeah, I did go to the fancy malls and now and then because the regular mall didn't have a Sharper Image, but the fancy rich person mall did have a Sharper Image.
Are you talking about the
gallery? I am talking about the Galleria. There was any other St. Louis peeps out there know about the Galleria? Yep. What is going on in this movie? She's able to see like the electromagnetic field with these goggles. This is a setup for later when he gives them ghost toys.
This is called the abode.
Also during the scene, they're chit-chatting in his office again, and it's very clearly there's a script on the desk, and he keeps going, yeah. Some more lines.
Yes, I knew her and her husband quite well. When William was the mayor, Isabel was a splendid first lady.
We're kind of setting up eventually that maybe he's going to help her with this ghost situation. They're not really setting that up, but that's what's happening. So she goes back to the house.
She doesn't know that the ghost is really there yet.
No, she doesn't believe in ghosts.
But this is what kind of clicks everything on, because this is where the ghost dog appears.
The ghost dog appears. She goes and there's like a cup sculpture in the kitchen or something, and she's like, that's weird.
Oh, I love it. I love this insane feign that the old lady does. Oh, it must have been those hooligans that came into my house and arranged my cups and dishes in a pyramid. And they didn't steal anything. They just did that and left because they're them young whippersnappers.
Some hoodlums must have snuck in while I was napping and vandalized the kitchen.
Hoodlums?
It must have been.
Hoodlums.
This is where Wilhelm shows up.
Yes.
And Kyle?
Is that Billy?
This is motherfucking Billy Owens. I thought he had escaped the movie, thought he was free, and then this ghost started talking, and I was like, because he's got like long hair and like he looks kind of like me. He's got like eye black and stuff on, and I was, and then he starts talking, and I was like, fucking A, that's Billy Owens.
Yes, it can. And may I remind you that every time that you dabble with that blasted thing, you come closer and closer to dooming us all to that fate.
And then so she goes down to the basement. Part of her job is she has to clean the basement.
Yeah.
And she goes down to the basement and she's like looking for a vacuum cleaner or something.
Yeah, she finds it, she plugs it in, and she starts vacuuming, and then you hear a dog.
Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry.
A dog starts barking, but it sounds like it's outside.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But no, this whole scene is nonsense. It makes no sense. She's like trying to get the cable and she's pulling on it, and then she's like yelling like, "Hey, who's down here? Cut it out."
Okay, that's not funny. Who's down here?
And it's like, what? You're just, I thought the cable was just stuck on something, but apparently she thinks somebody's pulling it or something. I don't even know what's going on. And we hear a dog barking, and I thought the dog was outside. But no, then we see a ghost dog.
Ghosts do exist.
And then she accidentally vacuums up the ghost dog?
Yes.
Oh, I got you! Now let's take it out of there.
I think this is all nonsense. This is it's fucking wild.
She needs to get the dog trapped in there because it just escapes because it's a vacuum.
And it escapes, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and it flies out. And then now she needs to get it trapped back in there, and so she starts vacuuming again.
Well, she wraps the vacuum cleaner in extension cord.
An extension cord, because it's like an electromagnet that she learned about earlier, and that field will somehow
suppress it or
keep the.
do something.
Fucking what this? Yep.
I'm not even sure if the current from the two batteries is gonna be enough to keep the magnetic field running. We didn't really have a choice.
So you seriously caught a dog's ghost?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
And so they get to school, and the scientist I love this. He's like, "I don't believe it."
I don't believe it.
Well, then open it up and look for yourself.
And they're like, "No, it really is a ghost." And he goes, No, I believe it's a ghost." And it's like, what?
No, Cynthia. I believe you've caught a ghost. I was just thinking of the ramifications and ripple effects this will have.
Without seeing anything, he's just like, "Oh, sure, yeah. Random 3 kids that walked up to me. That's clearly a ghost in your vacuum cleaner."
I'm actually a ghost aficionado, which is why I have all this equipment.
Yeah.
This science teacher.
An ecto ray. He pulls out a literal like pen flashlight, and it's like, "This is my ecto ray." Click, click, and starts shooting lasers at the ghost dog.
This device is called an ecto-ray. It fires an electromagnetic beam, and if an entity is struck by the beam, it will slow their mobility.
And the ghost dog runs out the hallway, and the visual effects for this are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's like running down the hallway, knocking over trash cans and stuff, and it looks so fucking terrible. It's incredible. And then it runs away, and I will say this, the movie at least does have some fun, like this is where it works as a kid's movie, the part where they introduce like the fun ghost gadgets. This is at least something as a kid I could see myself being like, that's cool, because they have like this like backpack, like a proton pack, like metal glass or glass like holder thing for the ghosts. And I got the little proton or thermonuclear detonators and all that kind of stuff. And those blocks, the Simon Says blocks, which are literally also just ghost traps. I think, we'll get to it.
I call this the Gotset. It's 2 identical pieces. They can be placed on the floor or on any vertical surface using the suction cups.
This is where they have to strap up with the gear. right?
Yeah, they're getting geared up. Oh, because the ghosts are going crazy because the ghosts are annoyed that Gotham keeps summoning them.
Yeah,
that Gotham keeps summoning them, and she can't release them, and they're like, "Fuck this!" And Billy Owens is like, "Fuck this!" and smashes her dead husband's ashes on the floor.
Yeah.
He's like, "Fuck you! I'm out of here."
You better pull a rabbit out of your hat and get some help real soon, Izzy. Because me, myself, and I, we're tearing this place down. Then we're going out and having some fun. And I'm starting with that. William!
And then they got to gear up and go like take out these ghosts. And we get a sweet gearing up montage where they're putting on goggles and shit. They start going in the house, and this is again where I was like, the lighting and the way this is shot isn't terrible. And maybe I'm just feeling sympathetic because I got back from a big commercial shoot and I know how hard it is to do this shit. But they have clearly have bounce boards and shit that they're kind of effectively lighting scenes. And I was like, all right, I see you've gotten better, Mark McNabb. You've gotten this much better than you were in the Billy Owens movies. You still can't focus a fucking camera for the life of you, but...
This may be a big mistake, but I think we stand a better chance if we split up.
This also makes no sense. So tell me, I don't understand how this works. They put a trap in the refrigerator.
Yes.
And the Billy Owens ghost is eating food and then goes to the refrigerator and gets sucked in. Then we cut, and another character also traps the Billy Owens ghost.
I think he split into 4 ghosts.
No way.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
We didn't see that happen, but because then I was like, what is happening? And then they're like, hey, they're talking about it, and they're like, oh, I also trapped him. And I'm like, wait, so you trapped multiple of him?
I caught him in the porch. I caught him in the basement.
Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. Me,
Okay,
myself, and
I
I.
get it.
And I will say this too: the ghost effects don't look terrible. The way they do the ghost people, I say don't look terrible relative to the things in Billy Owens.
True.
Like Kurt Nemesi's floating face.
It's not the scepter I want. Mold can chase that stupid treasure for the rest of eternity for all I care.
This is next level CG.
It's true.
Or Kyle's floating face. You like the little...
It gives me a head bobble with this hat on.
Yeah, you
I kind of have to.
You got to kind of do the little head. Yeah, for sure.
Basically, you dweebs. Well, they each capture a ghost.
Capture a ghost because there's a judge ghost too that we didn't talk about, and a lawyer ghost. Who's also a law ghost.
You know what I'm thinking now? I want to make this TV show. Damn it! It's like the Ghost Whisperer or something like that, or rather, it's a ghost. It's the ghost lawyer, but it's
ghost lawyer.
It's a dead person who was a lawyer in life, who I guess was never living up to their potential. But now they're living up to their potential while they're dead, and they can only communicate with a lawyer who's really, really shitty. And so this one ghost is constantly feeding legal advice to the living person to conclude cold cases or whatever.
Oh, because they do that in this movie, don't they? The ghost tells her.
You could totally turn this into like a Fox show almost.
From the comedic geniuses behind Last Man Standing comes Ghost Lawyer, only on Fox.
Yeah, on network. This is definitely the kind of shit that would be on network television, because network television is fucking terrible. So they end up catching Billy 8 times. I don't understand why or how or what's going on. But then the thing is, so they're like, okay, we got them all in the little ball traps, and they go to put them in the backpack thing, and when they do it, nothing happens.
Yeah. Got the switch on it?
And then so there's one last Billy ghost, right? Again, he's called Wilhelm or something like that.
They have to use the.
They call him something weird. I don't know what the fuck those things are. The Simon Says blocks.
Yeah.
But all the Simon Says blocks do is also trap a ghost.
Yeah.
Remember me?
which is literally what the ghost traps do. It just does it with worse visual effects. They like pixelate and like turn into particles and get sucked. Oh, they also put a sheet over Billy the ghost because
they said we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way or something like that.
Which is how everybody catches ghosts. It's a reference to like being dressing up as a ghost and wearing a sheet. I get it, but it's fucking
stupid.
It's dumb.
Anyways, they trap all the ghosts, and then the lawyer ghost and the judge ghost are like, we're gonna help clear that dude's name.
Yeah.
And then the dude shows up.
And he's back, and he's very boring.
And he's
very boring.
also very old for a guy who's died years ago.
Yeah.
Hi, William.
Isabel.
I missed you so much.
Also, so that he's back, and he's like, oh, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay.
And they keep cutting to the Hermione character being like, we did a good job. Look at us.
Woohoo.
I've waited so long to see you, my love.
Oh, I too, my dearest, but for too many years.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's saddened me to see you alone for so long.
And then we cut to the law office where Cynthia has to argue her case about why or something.
They found like his legal thing, paper that was behind the painting.
And this is where the lawyer, the ghost lawyer, is talking to her, or the ghost judge or somebody is talking to her, telling her what to say.
So in light of this new evidence,
found at the deceased home.
And she says the word surreptitiously.
They are in fact released surreptitiously.
And I'm fairly certain it should have been surreptitiously, but they say surreptitiously. I'm like, that's not a fucking word.
Yeah, snake serpent.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm aware what a serpent is, Kyle, but surreptitiously,
I don't know.
And there's like the shortest, dumbest graveyard scene ever where they just walk to William Gotham's grave and Hermione's there like.
And then the old woman's like sad, and then it ends.
Oh, okay. And then there are bloopers, Kyle. And even the bloopers aren't funny. If the I'm going to show you the bloopers here. If these are your bloopers in your movie, I have a sweet tip for you. Delete your fucking movie.
Okay, we're rolling.
Wait.
Okay, hold the roll.
If the bloopers in your movie are this unfunny, your movie's terrible.
Action. Ring.
This movie's bad.
This movie is god awful.
It's really not good. There's a reason it's not available for streaming, although it is better than Billy Owens, only slightly. Only slightly.
You realize this is our third Mark McNabb film that's gotten a bad.
Well, maybe he should make funnier fucking movies then, Mark. I don't think Mark's ever watched our reviews.
No.
I don't think
Probably
so.
a good thing.
Good thing.
That does explain why we don't have a copyright strike yet.
Yeah, not from old Mark. Other people, though, some people who shall remain nameless, they like copyright striking our channel. Sorry, I'm putting my teeth back in to end this review.
So,
Kyle, do the plugs.
Without, do we just say bad? Right?
We said bad.
Okay.
We already said it. We're done.
No, I'm losing it. Patreon.com. You can support us for as little as was it $2? $5, $2.
You can support for less than $2. You just don't get anything.
Yeah, exactly. You just be like, hey, you're awesome. You can support us through Patreon. You can also support us through TeePublic.
Get one of their shirts.
Your dope ass gear and stuff, and acts not included. As well as Brian has a podcast.
I have a podcast called This Film. I'll take it from here, Kyle.
Okay.
I have a podcast called... Shut the fuck up, Kyle. Kyle, shut the fuck up. I have a podcast called This Film is Blooper. Talking about movies that are based on books. When this is out, it actually won't be Twilight anymore, which would have been fitting with this whole deal. I think the episode that will be out is maybe The Shining, because we're doing The Shining for Halloween. The Shining. Let me say that one more time. Let me give that another go. Hold on. Scratch that. Rewind. The Shining. The Shining. The Shining. Because we're doing that for Halloween, so I think that's the episode that will be out. When this is out, twitch.tv/GBorBB _Brian _Kyle. We stream occasionally. Also,
Interviewing Monsters.
Yes.
Interviewing Monsters.
The perfect Halloween movie.
On a streaming service. On demand.
The perfect Halloween movie.
It will eventually also go to DVD sales and whatnot. Because
you're going to want a physical copy, let me tell you.
Let me tell you about that. We will be putting in the description, we'll put a link to whatever service it's at, because unfortunately, I'm not quite sure at this point.
No, just send it to me. I'll put it in the description below. There may be a little card coming in somewhere up in the corner, maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. I'll forget. So until next time, have a happy Halloween. Celebrate it alone.
Have yourself a spooky Halloween, but maintain safe distancing.
Yeah, do that. We love you. Happy Halloween. Until next time, keep watching movies.
Just not Ghost Trap or Little Ghost Grabbers, because Little Ghost Grabbers is a great, creepy title.
I think I'm not even going to say the joke I was about to say. Never mind.